The beer glass shattered against the sticky bar floor, shards exploding like my fracturing sanity, as her ex-boyfriend's laughter boomed over the din of clinking glasses and muffled rock music. "Look at him, Sarah. Red as a tomato, fists clenched like he's gonna swing, but we both know he won't. Pathetic little office drone, aren't ya, buddy? Bet you couldn't fight your way out of a paper bag." His words slithered through the haze of cigarette smoke, each one a venomous barb hooking into my skin. I sat there, frozen on the worn leather stool, my fiancé's hand still resting lightly on my knee under the table, a gesture that now felt like a chain. She giggled, a sound that twisted the knife deeper. Her eyes darting between us with a mix of amusement and something darker, like she was directing a cruel play. In that moment, the world narrowed to the pulsing vein in my temple, the metallic taste of blood from biting my tongue, and the raw, searing humiliation that ignited a fire in my gut I didn't know I possessed. My name is Alex, and up until that night I thought I had it all figured out. Sarah and I had been engaged for 6 months, our life a comfortable rhythm of weekend hikes, shared Netflix binges, and dreams of a cozy house in the suburbs. She was the vibrant one, long auburn hair that caught the light like autumn leaves, green eyes that sparkled with mischief, a laugh that could disarm anyone. Me. I was the steady guy, the software engineer who fixed problems with code, not fists. Reliable, she called me. Boring, her ex implied. His name was Trent, a tattooed gym rat with a smirk that screamed entitlement, the kind of guy who peaked in high school and never let go. It started innocently enough, or so she said. "I just want to see if you're the jealous type," Sarah had whispered that afternoon, her fingers tracing circles on my chest as we lay in bed. "Trent texted me out of the blue, says he wants to catch up. Come with me to the bar tonight. It'll be fun, prove you're secure." Her voice was playful, but there was an edge to it, a challenge I couldn't quite place. I shrugged it off, chalking it up to her quirky sense of humor. Jealousy wasn't my thing. Trust was our foundation. Or so I believed. The bar was a dive called the Rusty Nail, tucked in a gritty corner of downtown where neon signs flickered like dying stars and the air reeked of stale hops and desperation. We arrived around 8, the place already buzzing with after-work crowds. Trent was waiting at a corner booth, his broad shoulders straining against a black t-shirt, a chain necklace glinting under the dim lights. He stood when he saw us, pulling Sarah into a hug that lingered a beat too long, his hand brushing the small of her back. "Sarah, babe, you look amazing. Still got that fire." He glanced at me, sizing me up like a predator eyeing prey. "And this must be the lucky guy. Alex, right? Heard you're some tech whiz." We ordered drinks, IPA for me, whiskey neat for him, a fruity cocktail for her. First it was civil. Small talk about old times, jobs, the weather. But as the alcohol flowed, Trent's mask slipped. "So, Alex," he said, leaning forward with a grin that didn't reach his eyes. "Sarah tells me you're all about that 9-to-5 grind. Must be tough, watching her shine while you're buried in spreadsheets." Sarah swatted his arm lightly. "Trent, behave." But her tone was teasing, not reprimanding, and she didn't meet my gaze. I forced a smile, my fingers tightening around my glass. Inside, a storm brewed, humiliation mixing with confusion. Why was she letting this happen? Was this really a test or something more sinister? My mind raced back to subtle signs I'd ignored. Her phone buzzing late at night, quick glances away when I asked about her day, the way she'd reminisce about wild times with Trent during our pillow talks. Denial had been my shield, but now it cracked. The mockery escalated. Trent regaled us with stories of their past, adventures I'd never heard, like skinny dipping in a lake at midnight or road trips fueled by cheap wine and reckless passion. "Remember that time in Vegas, Sarah? We almost got kicked out of the hotel for. Well, you know." He winked, and she blushed, her laugh a dagger to my heart. "God, Trent, you're terrible." But she didn't stop him. Instead, she turned to me. "See, Alex. This is what I meant. You're not even reacting. So secure." Her words were laced with disappointment, as if my restraint was a flaw. Humiliation burned like acid in my veins. I wanted to lash out, to smash his smug face into the table, but I sat there, seething in silence. My thoughts fractured. This is a setup. She's enjoying this. He's still in love with her, or worse, she with him. Resentment festered, a dark seed planting roots. By the time the hour mark hit, Trent was in full swing. Dude, no offense, but Sarah needs excitement. Not some guy who codes all day and probably folds his socks. Bet you've never even raised your voice. He clapped me on the shoulder, hard enough to jolt me. That's when the glass slipped. Or did I throw it? The crash echoed, heads turning, but Trent just laughed louder. Whoa, easy there, champ. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers. Sarah finally intervened, her voice sharp. Okay, that's enough. Let's go, Alex. But as we left, her hand in mine felt cold, distant. In the car, silence hung heavy, broken only by the hum of tires on rain-slicked streets. That was intense, I muttered, my voice trembling with suppressed rage. She sighed, staring out the window. You passed the test, babe. No jealousy. Proud of you. But her tone was flat, unconvincing, and doubt gnawed at me. Was it a test for me or for her? To see if Trent still sparked something. That night sleep evaded me. I lay in bed, Sarah's soft breaths beside me a mocking lullaby. Heartbreak clawed at my chest, not just from the mockery, but from the betrayal of trust. How could she orchestrate this? Humiliate me for sport. Anger surged, hot and unrelenting, morphing into resentment. I replayed the scene in my mind, each laugh a fresh wound. By dawn, obsession took hold. I needed answers. Quietly, I slipped out of bed and grabbed her phone from the nightstand. The passcode, our anniversary, unlocked a world of secrets. Texts from Trent stretched back months. Flirty banter, shared memes, late-night confessions. Miss our sparks, one read. Her reply. Alex is safe, but yeah. Sometimes I wonder. My stomach churned, bile rising. Photos too. Innocent at first, then one of her in lingerie, time-stamped weeks ago. For old time's sake, the caption said. Betrayal hit like a freight train, shattering the illusion of our perfect life. Guilt flickered, snooping wasn't me, but it was drowned by fury. She had arranged this meeting not to test me, but to relive her past, using me as a prop. In the days that followed, I played the part of the forgiving fiancé. Water under the bridge, I told her over breakfast, forcing a smile as she kissed my cheek. But inside the fire raged. I began planning, subtle at first. Researching Trent's life. His gym job, his bar haunts, his social media brags about conquests. He was a player, leaving a trail of broken hearts. Sarah's too, once upon a time, but now she romanticized it. My thoughts darkened. Fantasies of confrontation, of exposing them, of making them pay. Doubt crept in, was I overreacting? Moral conflict tore at me. Revenge wasn't who I was. But humiliation lingered, a constant ache, fueling cold resolve. Work became a blur, code lines swimming before my eyes as I plotted. I started small. Anonymous tips to his boss about his side hustle selling supplements under the table. Nothing traceable, just enough to stir trouble. At home I watched Sarah closely. Her lingering glances at her phone, the way she'd hum old songs they shared. Suspense built in the quiet moments. A shared dinner where her laugh echoed Trent's mockery, a hug that felt performative. I feigned normalcy, but resentment simmered, waiting to boil over. One evening, as rain pattered against the windows like accusatory fingers, Sarah confessed partially. Trent was out of line, but it was fun seeing you squirm a little. She nestled against me on the couch, oblivious to the storm inside me. Makes me feel desired. Her words were a spark on dry tinder. Anger flared, but I swallowed it, nodding. Yeah, fun. Inside, obsession deepened. I needed more than petty sabotage. True revenge. Something that would strip them of their power, expose their flaws. The turning point came a week later. I tailed Trent to a seedy motel on the city's edge, the kind with flickering vacancy signs and peeling paint. Through binoculars from my parked car, heart pounding in the shadows, I watched him meet not Sarah, but another woman. Photos snapped, grainy but damning. Then a twist. Sarah's car pulled up an hour later. She entered the same room. My world tilted. They were cheating. Full-blown affair. Heartbreak crashed anew, waves of pain so intense I gasped for air. But in that agony, resolve hardened like steel. No more denial. It was time for vengeance. I drove home through the storm, mind racing with plans. Not violence, that was too crude, too risky. No, something smarter, more devastating. Psychological warfare. I'd make them turn on each other, unravel their lies. Guilt nagged. Was I becoming the monster? But humiliation's scar burned too deep. As lightning cracked the sky, illuminating the rage in my rearview mirror eyes, I whispered to myself, "They'll pay." The next morning, sunlight pierced the blinds like accusatory blades, casting striped shadows across our bedroom. Sarah stirred beside me, her hair splayed on the pillow, innocent in sleep. But I knew better now. The photos on my phone, time-stamped evidence of her betrayal, were my arsenal. I slipped out quietly, heart a drumbeat of cold calculation. Revenge wasn't impulsive. It was a chess game, each move deliberate, building to checkmate. I started with reconnaissance, diving deeper into their digital lives. Hacking wasn't my forte, but as a coder I knew backdoors. Using a VPN and disposable accounts, I scoured social media, emails I shouldn't have access to. Trent's history unfolded. A string of exes with similar stories. Charm turning to control, affairs ending in tears. One woman, Lisa, posted vaguely about dodging a bullet. I reached out anonymously, posing as a concerned friend. Her response: "He's a narcissist. Cheated on me with my best friend. Watch out." Echoes of my pain. Sarah's messages revealed her conflict. "I love Alex, but you make me feel alive." Trent's replies: manipulative, promising more. Layered motives emerged. Her seeking thrill, him power. Moral grayness hit me. Was she a victim too? But no, she chose this, orchestrated my humiliation. Doubt plagued me during quiet moments. At work, staring at my screen, fingers hovering over keys, I questioned. Am I justified? Or just bitter? Fantasies shifted, from exposure to something sharper. Guilt twisted like a knife. Revenge could destroy me too. But resentment won, a relentless tide. I needed to act before fear paralyzed me. Phase 1. Sow seeds of distrust. I created a fake profile, a woman named Mia, with stock photos and a bio screaming vulnerability. I messaged Trent on a dating app he frequented. "Heard you're single and fun. Up for drinks." He bit fast. We chatted for days, me feeding his ego, him spilling secrets. My ex Sarah's engaged, but she still hits me up. "Bitch can't let go." His words fueled my fire. I arranged a date at the Rusty Nail. The same bar, poetic justice. Meanwhile, with Sarah, I amplified affection, masking my rage. "Let's plan the wedding," I suggested over dinner, candlelight flickering on her face. She beamed, but her eyes held hesitation. "Yeah, soon." Dialogue revealed cracks. Trent texted again, says he's sorry for that night. I nodded, feigning forgiveness. "Tell him it's fine." Inside, obsession grew. I monitored her phone via a hidden app, watching their plans unfold. Suspense mounted as the date approached. I arrived early, disguised in a hoodie and cap, nursing a drink in the shadows. Trent swaggered in, scanning for Mia. When she didn't show, frustration creased his brow. Then my anonymous tip hit. A message to Sarah from a burner phone. "Trent's at the Rusty Nail waiting for a date. Thought you should know." Attached. A photo of him alone at the bar. She showed up 20 minutes later, storming in like a fury. The confrontation was cinematic. Her voice cutting through the jukebox wail. "What the hell, Trent? Another girl already?" He stammered. "What?" No, it's not. But she slapped him, the crack echoing. Patrons stared, whispers rising. He grabbed her arm, his face twisting in anger. You're one to talk, sneaking around on your fiancé. She yanked free, tears streaming. We're done. For good. I watched from afar, a thrill of dark satisfaction coursing through me. But it wasn't enough. Heartbreak lingered. Their betrayal demanded more. As she left, sobbing into her phone, calling me ironically, I slipped out, adrenaline buzzing. At home, she collapsed into my arms, confessing half-truths. Trent's an asshole. He was seeing someone else. I held her, murmuring comforts, but my mind plotted ahead. It's okay, babe. We'll get through this. Her guilt was palpable, but so was her relief, thinking she'd dodged exposure. Phase 2, escalation. I dug into Trent's finances. Public records showed debts, shady deals. An anonymous report to the IRS about undeclared income from his supplements. Then to his gym, tips about steroid use. Whispers spread. His world crumbled. He lost clients, posted rants online about haters. Paranoia set in, he messaged Sarah. Someone's out to get me. You tell Alex. She denied, but tension frayed their secret bond. My inner conflict peaked one rainy night. Alone in my home office, photos spread on the desk, I stared at them. Anger warred with guilt. This is justice, right? But doubt whispered, you're no better. Obsession consumed me. Sleep brought nightmares of their laughter. Yet resolve held. I needed closure. The climax built slowly. I invited Trent for closure drinks. Man to man, I said. He agreed, ego bruised but curious. Same bar, full circle. Sarah was out with friends, or so she thought. I arranged for her to accidentally overhear via a planted bug in my jacket, linked to her phone app I'd installed. We met at a booth, tension thick as fog. Why'd you do it? I asked, voice steady despite the rage boiling beneath. He smirked, but it faltered. Sarah wanted excitement. You couldn't give it. Dialogue dripped venom. She set it up to mock you, test if you'd fight for her. You didn't. My fists clenched under the table. And the affair? His eyes widened. How did I know? None of your business. But I pressed, revealing bits. Texts, photos. His face paled. She pursued me, man. Blame her. Lies, but seeds planted. As planned, Sarah burst in, having listened. You bastard. Chaos erupted. Accusations flying, truths unraveling. Trent lunged at me. I dodged, letting him swing wild. Bouncers intervened, tossing him out. Sarah turned to me, horror in her eyes. Alex, how did you? The twist. I confessed everything. I knew all along. The test was yours to fail. But in her tears, a revelation. She'd been blackmailed by Trent, old nudes he held over her. He forced the meeting, the affair. Moral grayness exploded. Was she victim or villain? Doubt crashed over me. Had I destroyed an innocent? In the aftermath, she left, ring on the table. Trent faced charges. My tips led to arrests for fraud. But victory tasted bitter. Alone in the empty apartment, echoes of laughter haunting me, I realized the true revenge was self-inflicted. Obsession had consumed me, turning heartbreak to isolation. Poetic justice they paid, but so did I.